Hello guys and welcome back to Dark Horse FM, and in today's video I'm going to take you through a 4-3-3 tactic scooped from FM18. This is a Knap Argus tactic, that's why I named it DHFM Argus 5-2-3. It's normally a 3-4-3 tactic, but according to FM22 it's a 5-2-3 tactic anyway. So I'm going to take you through this tactic really quickly. We're using Nottingham Forest right now, and that's the thing we're going to be using to test this tactic. The first thing that stood out for me is the back three, using all ball playing defenders on stopper duty. So that's going to be really strange to see how that's going to turn out. So remember, if you're new to the channel, remember to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with new videos that pop up, and also to leave a like for this video as well. So guys, while it is a weird tactic, the mentality is attacking, and there aren't that many instructions as to team instructions or player instructions whatsoever, because I couldn't find the tactic in detail. Most of the player instructions are blank, but the team instructions is as simple as you see it here. So currently we're going to look at Nottingham Forest now and see exactly where Nottingham Forest are expected to finish on the table. So going to the competition, Sky Bet Championship, we can look at the table currently. Okay, Derby County, they've got some points deducted. Sorry for Derby County. But Nottingham Forest are predicted to finish 6th, so we're going to see how well the tactic comes out from them. So the first two teams, remember, in the championship, the first two teams have automatic qualification, and then from 3rd to 6th, yeah. So we're supposed to be in promotion places thereabouts. So we're going to see how the tactic is going to turn out. So for the team instructions then, since there are no internal player instructions, this is going to be fairly quick. The goalkeeper is a sweeper, keeper, on defender, and the back three is a setup of ball playing defenders that are on stopper duty as well. This is going to be important when I'm talking about the out of possession instructions to remind me. So then the fullbacks are wingbacks on, the wide player, the width come from wingbacks on automatic duty, and then the central midfield is a ball winning midfielder and the box to box midfielder on support duty. In attack we have 3 strikers. So advance forward on the left and the right hand side, example, and advance forward on attack duty, and then obviously the poacher in the middle of the 3 of them. Now in the team's out of possession instructions, this is where the all ball playing defenders on stopper duty are really crucial. There's an offside trap attached to this tactic, so the players have been asked to play with the offside trap. That's why if all 3 ball playing defenders are all on stopper duty, they can all jump out together at the same time. The team has also been asked to get stuck in provincial goalkeeper distribution, and for some reason there weren't that many team instructions as we got to pressing, so I added the much more often trigger pressing for the team, and then also to help facilitate, I used both words at the same time, wow, to facilitate the prevention goalkeeper distribution. In transition, the team has just been asked to counter press and then to counter when the ball has been won as well. There isn't an instruction for the goalkeeper too, so that's one thing I didn't actually include from the tactic as well. In possession, the team has been asked to walk the ball into the box and pass into space. These are basically all the instructions assigned to this tactic so far. See, I told you this is actually going to be quick. So for additional reference, we can say this tactic you can actually tweak it into anything that you want. So if you get this tactic for yourself and then you do not like the setup, it's quite okay to use maybe just the one ball playing defender on defend duty and then the other 2 on stopper, or you can use you can use 2 ball playing defenders on stopper duty and then just the 1 player. I just said the same thing twice, right? Yeah, you can use both ball playing defenders on defend duty and then just the 1 on stopper. I noticed that has actually helped a bit, but that was in the defensive completely before I actually tried testing this tactic with Nottingham Forest. So you can also drag both wide players to go in the wide areas, and if you have inverted wingers in your team, or a winger in your team, good wingers, you can actually pull these players out wide and then leave just 1 advanced forward in front. That's another way to do it, but since we're testing this tactic, this is the original format of the tactic as well. What I just told you now is something I would like to do, or a tweak I actually made when I used the tactic for a different save, and it worked out for me. So we'll jump through the season and then we'll see how well the tactic turns out. And by the way, remember, in case I did not already tell you to subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like leave a like on the video as well. You can also leave a comment in the description as well if you find this tactic quite weird, like I do, because I actually find it weird. I feel that we're going to concede a lot of goals with this tactic, so just find a way and see how the tactic goes towards the end of the season. One more thing I probably forgot to add, by the way, we are here at the end of the season so far, and then currently our next game is against West Bromwich Albion. So the season is complete, so it probably means we made it to the playoffs as well. Yeah, that's what it looks like. We actually qualified for playoffs, but let's just look at the team's competition and just see how well we're doing. So it's a second leg up against West Bromwich Albion coming up next, and oh, we lost the first leg to West Brom. Ah, that's terrible, but it probably means the tactic worked well for us to somehow find a way into the promotion places. So looking at the league table so far, we can see that Can I just get to the league table? Yeah, I found a way to get there. So we had a goal difference of 25 and we lost 10 games. I blame. Oh, hold on a minute. We lost 10 games just by 1-0. So we lost 1-0 to West Brom, 1-0 to Blackpool. Most of them were just 1-goal difference. And okay, then there was the game against Millwall and Barnsley. But most of it is just 1 goal. And then QPR and Derby, okay, that was 3-0. It's probably at the early parts of the season when we were not that used to the tactic. But we drew a lot of games as well, but we lost a great number of games. I need to see how many goals we conceded using this tactic. So it's important to note how that turned out. Looking at the team instruction, at the team's setup, then we had 67 goals, so we were the second highest compared to Cardiff that had 74. And then in possession, I don't expect this tactic to have possession in any way. In any case, but looking at possession, we're 7th, but with 52, so that's high. That's slightly above 50%, which is good. Now, the reason why we came here, fewest conceded. Drum roll, please. Let's see how it goes. 7th, we conceded. Oh my God. Well, that's not exactly bad because we're 6 points from the top, right? We allowed 43 goals, so it means in the championship everybody's just shipping goals for fun. So 30 goals, that's 40 and 13 more goals conceded than the team that actually ended up with the least goals conceded. So not that badly. The tactic doesn't actually concede that many. Okay, it concedes a lot of goals, but compared to everybody else, there's someone that conceded 89, so give us a break. The tactic seems to help, but considering those centre backs that are all on, looking at the tactic again, considering the centre backs that are all on stopper duty, it might help to reduce the amount of goals you concede if you switch one of these players to defend duty. I don't know, so it might help, but you can try that and just see how it goes. Looking at the player stats, then we can also see that the most assists came from Harry Wilson from Fulham, and I actually expected Fulham to play well, but then we can see James Garner and Jade Spence. These are two. They both had 10 assists, so our players actually have good assists from midfield. That's the box-to-box midfielder and the ball-winning midfielder in central midfield. They were actually creating chances, so we had 10 assists, and then the highest was 15. That's not that bad as well. The most goals came from Adam Ida. Adam Ida had 21 goals, and then Lewis Graban had 20. So it's one shot. So the tactic actually helps your player score a lot more goals, and then your central striker is going to get a couple of goals by himself, and then Lau Taylor as well. So that's between them, they scored 36 goals between them. So that's actually quite interesting. The most shots taken for players, you can see that Lau Taylor had 127. Wow, and then Lewis Graban has 124 goals, 124 shots on target taken. So a lot of shots expected from my players as well. So you're going to expect a lot of shots from this tactic. Fewest conceded for goalkeepers. I do not see my goalkeeper anywhere close to this. I need to actually scroll down to find him because I expect us to concede a lot. So 13 is the amount of shots conceded by my goalkeeper. And then looking at the player instructions in detail, we can see Nottingham Forest players in a lot of positions now. You can see they had the most, okay, that's bad, most yellow cards. Are you serious right now? We had 14 yellow cards. Team goals, you can see Lewis Graban there at 67, that's Nottingham Forest, and then Brian Ojeda actually had the most red cards. That's another interesting one. And then offside rules, okay, that's quite interesting as well. Expected goals, 19.69 for Lewis Graban, and his partner Lau Taylor is also in there with 18. The only person better than them both is Adam Ida, which ended up with 21.84. That's quite good as well. Crosses attempted is a lot from Jade Spence, so that's my wing back, I guess, offering a lot of crosses into the box as well, and then creating chances for the strikers. So you can see a lot of crossing at the Max Lowe as well, and then Brian Ojeda. Brian Ojeda was probably my powerhouse. This is the person that I would have voted as the best player. So you can see that Brian and Ojeda is getting all the yellow cards. It's quite interesting, to be honest. He had 3 red cards and a lot of fouls expected in 90 minutes. That's my guy. So guys, that's a summary of the tactic, and that's how it turned out. Remember to subscribe to the channel as well, and also just to recap, you can actually make slight changes to this tactic to suit it or to try and tailor it to your team. Like I mentioned, the one change that it's possible for you to make sure and help your defense to concede less goals is to swap one of these defenders to play on defend duty, and then you can equally swap the other wide defenders to play on defend duty and then leave just one of them on stopper duty. But one point to note, which is something I should have said from the beginning, if you're going to swap one of these defenders to defend duty and then the others to stopper duty, you're going to have to turn off the offside trap. The reason why all these players are all on stopper duty at this point, it means it allows the offside trap to happen. If you swap one of these defenders to defend duty or cover duty and then mix let's say you have 2 covers and 1 defender, 2 stoppers and 1 defender, or the other way around, vice versa, you cannot have the offside trap turned on. All the players have to be on either stopper duty or on defend duty or across the board. If you have a mix in between, that's going to be a problem using the offside trap. So if you have all on cover duty, I don't think the offside trap is going to work, because basically all your players are saying, come at me, come at me, come at me. So I don't think the offside trap is going to work effectively using the cover duty across the board. But regardless, guys, thanks for watching the video and staying closely for this long. I will catch you guys in the next video.